Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today is Sunday the 1st of May 2022, and as many of you who followed me for some time will realise, I haven't been uploading a great deal, and I certainly haven't been uploading any painting projects, which is a shame because I have got an absolute mountain of painting to do, but I've just completely lost the mojo for it. I've just got no interest in painting at the moment at all. However, I'm hoping to change it with this project. About a year or so I uploaded a video where I reviewed this game, Red Alert Space Fleet Warfare by Richard Bogue. It's basically Commands and Colours. It's Memoir 44, Napoleonics, Commands and Colours Ancients, Battle Cry, that system, but in space, and it works well, or shall we say it does, but I've only played one very small practice game and then it got put away, as things do. But now, with this year coming out, it's time. I've got to get back into painting, and I thought a simple way of doing it is, if I just pan down a little bit, the miniatures that come with this game are really lovely miniatures. They're quite detailed, and if you look at my original video, you'll notice that some of these are, they're 4 and 5 inches in length. Now, my plan is, and I shall do this all in one video, but it'll be filled in multiple parts, which I'll just slap all together at the end. So that if I never finish this project, well, then you'll never see this video, will you? But the idea is, I'm just going to use the good old Vallejo black primer on these models. Now, you can play it just as it is now. You've got your green and your red. No problem at all. They look fine. But they look like what they are. I mean, they're a really... I'm not sure if it's a resin or a really, really hard plastic, but they look what they are. They look like plastic miniatures. And although it's a board game, and that's plenty good enough, I want to improve them. So my plan is, as I say, Vallejo black primer, all of them, and you get, I think it's 92 ships in this base set. I'm going to start with the base set. I do have some of the expansions, but I'll start with these. Both sides will be getting black primer, and then I shall highlight in green and red. I won't change the colour system because the counters that come with the game pretty much are green and red as well. So although I'd like to have a black with and maybe something else on a different shading, I'll stick to the base of red and green. But it's not going to be a technical job. It's simply base priming, highlighting, well, not even that, dry brushing in red and a form of green. Probably not quite as light as green as that is. Probably a darker, maybe more of an olive green. And the same with the red. I probably tone that down a little, although that's not a bad red actually. That's a reasonable colour. Tone it down with that. Then obviously a wash, and then I'll pick out some of the highlights. Not everything, but some of them. I mean, for instance, if I just take this one at the stern there, you can see all those engine pods. You could put them, make them blue, or a nice blue colour, something like that to show power coming out, and maybe highlight some of these lumps and bumps that are all over it. That type of thing. Nothing major, nothing what's going to tax my painting skills, which aren't the best anyway, but I thought it'd be a nice simple project to ease me back into painting. So that's a problem, and these are just somewhat made up on the basis. There's the rest of the fleets. They're all still in here in the bags. They've never been touched as such. So the cruisers, the battleships, same with the greens. They're all here. The fighters. So there's plenty to paint. I'm not going to be short of painting to do. So as I say, I'll start off. They'll all be coming off the bases. They'll all get a soapy wash and a scrub with a toothbrush. I'll leave them to air dry, and then I'll give them a coat of black primer. So that's enough for this bit. Hopefully, the next time you see these, you'll see a fleet of black prime ships for both sides. So. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned because the next bit will be straight after this. Bye for now. Right, it's just a little bit later in the day. I've had to put the light on because it's quite dark now. As you can see, all the vessels have been washed and I've given them a good soapy bath. And they're on this old towel to air dry. I shall leave them like this overnight, so they're thoroughly dry. There is one slight problem. The red fighters have only got 14, should be 15. Now when I emptied all the bags into the bowl of soapy water, I didn't count them, I just emptied everything in. Now whether there was one missing in the bag, which is possible, I mean they're only tiny, I mean pick one up, I mean look, barely, it's just tiny. So whether one was not packed in the bag or whether I've lost one, although I don't think I could have done because the bowl of soapy water I used, I emptied it through a sieve. So the sieve would have caught the ship. So maybe I'm just unlucky and I'm one down. But it's not the end of the world. I've got plenty more fighters in the expansion packs. It's just a bit irritating, but it's not a game breaker. I'm not gonna eat my heart out over it. And the other thing I've done while I was doing that and waiting for them to dry, all the bases, I laid them out and I did the old trick with the different colours and flick the paint, you know, using a cocktail stick. And basically just put star pattern on the bases rather than just leave them boring black. And the game mat comes with has all sorts of reds and yellows and whites on there for the planets and the star systems, galaxies, etc. So I thought that looked okay. I might have gone a bit heavy there in some places, but it's all random. And yeah, I think it looks better than just the plain bare bases. I've got the old Vallejo there ready to go. And the glue, because the next job will be all these bases, all these sticks, these blooming things that make it fly. They've all got to be added to this and then stuck to our new star bases over there. So that'll be the next job. And then of course, once I glue them, it'll be another waiting job for that to dry, and then I can start doing some priming. But I've got a few other things I have to do in the next few days, and at the end of the week I'm going away for a couple of weeks, so this lot won't be coming with me. So that looks quite good from here, doesn't it? And it looks like a star system. Well, I think it does. So it'll have to wait after that, but when I come back I'll carry on this video. Thanks for watching, speak to you again in a bit. Bye for now. Right, it's now lunchtime, May 2nd, day 2 of the project. It's taken me about over 2 hours to base this lot, and the green ones. What a bloody fiddly job it is trying to get them into the tiny holes without snapping these little slender stems. Let me go in a bit closer. But they're done now, and they do look quite an impressive battle fleet. You'll notice one of the fighters there here. Where is it? This one, no fighter on top. Never did find him. So I've done the base anyway. So, but there you go. But I did get an extra base. So I'm missing one little bit of plastic, and I've got an extra piece of plastic. So I don't know. I suppose counting bits of plastic to put in baggies in board games somewhere in China isn't exactly the most exciting, challenging job in the world, so you would expect there might be make an error or two. Here's the green fleet. They're all based. I think the bases with the spots on, all the different colour spots look okay. So the next job now will be the old Vallejo surface primer, and they'll all be hand primed. So as you can imagine, it's going to take a while. So as I said, I'm going away at the end of this week, and I've got a few things to do in the next 2 or 3 days. So I'll make a start on the priming, but it's not going to be finished too quick. It's going to take some time. But and this glue, the Rebel glue that I normally use for plastic models, it doesn't. This stuff doesn't like it. I don't know what it is, whether it's a resin type plastic or what, but it does not like the Rebel plastic glue. I'm going to see how they fare. If it's no good, I might have to use super glue, but I don't like using super glue on plastic models. I really don't. But we'll say they're a pretty snug fit. And there must be. It took me bloody ages to get all the bloody spindles into the holes and not snap anything, because there's no spare spindles or anything. It's terrible, really. It's a plastic company. You think they'd sling a couple of spare spindles and a couple of, I mean, they must turn out bloody millions of the bloody things. So that's where we are. So I'll tag this on the video, and once we've got some primer on, at least some of them, or maybe all of them, I'll come back with another update. So I'll speak to you then. Bye for now. Right, so another brief update. The red fleet is now, as you can see, primed in black. So that can sit and cure now for at least 24 hours, probably longer. The schedule I've got ahead of me this week. The green fleet, I shall do them this afternoon. It's just gone about 10 minutes past 2, so I got this lot done in about an hour and 30 minutes, something like that. So yeah, I'm quite pleased. These ones at the back, the destroyers, it might look shiny to you, but it really is. They're actually quite dull. I have got artificial light on. These ones I've only just painted, so they are shiny, but they'll dull down. I mean, they've been done an hour or so, so if they all turn out the same. The fighters are there, they're done. So now, and I shall certainly get that done this afternoon, so everything's primed, and even if that's where I have to leave it before I go away at the end of the week, then I'll be happy with the progress so far, because when I come back then we're just straight onto dry brushing, highlighting, etc. So the job will be 75% done. So very pleased with the progress so far. The old painting mojo, although I'm not really painting, I'm only priming, it's starting to come back again, so hopefully it'll work, and I can get back to some of the other projects as well. Anyway, I'll pop back again a bit later when the green fleet is also in black. I'll speak to you then. Right, back again. It's now just coming up to 4 PM, and what was the green fleet is now also primed in black. So that joins the red fleet that was over here. So there's not much more I can do now. I mean, this has got to cure these 24 hours, and I'm not going to have time to work on it any much more this week now, so this is going to be it. For you who are watching this, this will be one after another, so 2 weeks to you will be a couple of seconds, so it's no problem for you. But yeah, pleased with how it's done. Got quite a lot done, well, got it all done from the course test. I've still got the expansions to add to it, but that's not a huge amount of work, and I should soon be able to rattle them off as well. So next job will be dry brushing, maybe a bit of well, there will be some highlighting because I want to put the engine light it up on it. So I've got ice blue, which I want to use a really light blue to show the the exhaust from the engines. So that's it. I can't go any further now, and I've got to wait for this to cure. But I'm pleased with what I've got done so far. It's got me back into the painting routine. So I'll stop there and speak to you again on the next bit. Bye for now. Right, good morning. It's now Tuesday, May the 3rd. And due to unforeseen circumstances, my day is free. And it's the unforeseen circumstances. I tested bloody positive for COVID this morning. I was doing a lateral flow test, so before I went to visit my wife in the care home, come back positive. I feel absolutely fine. I've got no symptoms, no temperature. I feel as well as an old bastard can feel. No ailments, just nothing at all. But I've come back positive. So technically, I suppose I'm going to have to self-isolate now for 7 days. So that puts up plans for the rest of the week in the car bosh, as well as going away on Friday for my break. But there you go. But fortunately, the holiday place is my own anyway, so it's not as if I have to book it and go and come when I feel, when I please, so that's not a problem. So there's more time for painting. As you can see, I've dry brushed. I did the mean green. I used Luftwaffe camo green. I think it looks alright. You can still see the green, and they look like camouflage. They look quite menacing. They'll do for game board pieces anyway. The red ones, they're alright. I'm less pleased with these, but they'll do. A bit heavy-handed in some places, but that's fine. They'll do. So yeah, I think they're just about done. I could put the exhaust on, paint the engine colours. I might do that a bit later, I don't know. But while I can't do anything, I've dug out the expansions that I've got. I've got the Vice Admiral's Flagship, which is the same as that basically. That front one there. Gives you another command ship. A carrier, the Starship. So each force will get a carrier, which I don't have, and also each force will get a dreadnought, which they don't have. And finally, the logistics and space platform. Now I think there's 8. Let me have a look. I think there's 8 transport ships in this, and you're supposed to. Well, they come in grey. Yeah, 8. They come in grey, and you're supposed to leave them like that because basically any side can purchase these. But what I shall do is I shall do 4 in green and 4 in red. The space platform, there's a bit of a problem because you only get one, so I'll leave that as a neutral colour, and then whoever pays for it gets it, I suppose. So yeah, so a few more models to paint, not many, but it then completes the painting job on this board game set of pieces. Yeah, I've gone a bit heavy there, especially with some of these, but it's alright. Different paint shops, different gangs painting, these things are bloody huge. You'll probably have about 4 or 5, 10 gangs on this, all doing it at a different pace. Well, that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. So, right, it's about as far as I can go with this for now. So I think I'll upload this, because I think it's going to be I don't know how many parts I've done. But but like, it'll add up to a bit. So once I've finished these ships in here, and there isn't many to be fair, I'll come back and I'll lay them all out on the star map, what comes with the base game, with the hexes and everything, and we'll see how they all look when they're all lined up in their formations. So thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you on the next one. Bye for now.